Dímelo, mi gente. You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moo. Shine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the phenom in the welterweight division, Vergil Ortiz, is on a full court press. Oh, yeah. He about to trap Errol the True Spence and Crawford. Vergil Ortiz, y'all already know, is number one in the WBC. He's number one in the WBO. He's top 2 in the IBF. Well, of course, 1 and 2 is vacant, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Him and Boots Ennis on the top of the ranking system out there in the welterweight division in the IBF. And in the WBA, Vergil Ortiz is up there as well. Number 2. Vergil Ortiz is on a full court press. And ladies and gentlemen, you've been following the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I've been saying that Errol the True Spence versus Crawford is never going to happen. Just one of those fights. I know. Some of y'all be like, come on, man, you hating on that fight, man. It's the best fight in the sport of boxing, man. I'm tired of talking about that fight. I said it almost 3 years ago. Ever since almost when I started my channel, I said that fight ain't going to happen. That fight ain't going to happen. Nah, just one of those fights in the history of the sport of boxing that should have happened when it was supposed to happen in its respective era. You know, we ain't get to see Andre Ward versus Triple G. We ain't get to see Marquez versus Morales. We ain't get to see Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. We ain't gonna get to see Errol Spence and Crawford. And I know a lot of people was tired of hearing about that matchup and not coming through fruition. Well, maybe it will come through fruition like Amir Khan and Kell Brook, right? Way over the hill, no titles, but whatever. Anyway, I just want these belt federations to actually mandate Errol Spence. I mean, when's the last time the IBF mandated Errol Spence? Last time was Carlos Ocampo. That was after the Lamont Peterson fight. That was 2018. For being a strict sanctioning body, then we in 2022. It's almost going to be 4 years since Errol Spence been mandated by the IBF. And y'all already know I used to be like, hey, yo, what happened to Abdul Kokarov? He's been there since 2019, right? Whatever, he's out the picture right now. And, you know, a better name is in the picture in Vergil Ortiz and Boots Ennis, right? So instead of us talking about Crawford and Spence, I'm more excited about these belt federation actually mandating Vergil Ortiz in the WBC, probably Bruce Ennis in the IBF, probably and Vergil Ortiz in the WBO, and get these guys out of here. Not meaning like get these guys out of here, but just keep that fall of Errol Spence and Crawford, because I think that fight has been frustrating the fans so much. I mean, if there's any other fight that's been frustrating the fans so much, it's been that, right? It's been that. So for the people that want me, so for us not to be frustrated, even though I'm not frustrated as a fan, I've been saying that fight don't frustrate me, and I'm actually more interested in watching the young gunners, the young lions in the welterweight division. Of course, I want to see what Keith Thurman is going to be doing versus Mario Barrios, and see if he get himself right back into contentions. And you know, it'll make the welterweight division even interesting. You know, Conor Ben is also a force to be reckoned with out there in the UK. But right now, Vergil Ortiz is in the, you know, Vergil Ortiz and Boots Ennis is on the chase. They're on the hunt. And Vergil Ortiz, especially Vergil Ortiz, because he's in top position, and most of the sanctioning bodies in top of Boots and his paws. He's on the full court press, y'all. I hope Golden Boy Promotions actually petition for him to be mandated. The WBC, Mauricio Sudamon, in yesterday's interview that we had, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge and myself had with Mauricio Sudamon, he stated that there's a welterweight tournament in the WBC. I want to know who's in the tournament. I know you said Keith Thurman and Mario Barry's on the tournament, but whatever, man. Just mandate. I hope these guys get mandated. And I'm not one of these type of fans that usually be like, yo, mandate, man, because a unification bout is more important. And Errol Spence is going to be fighting guys, right? That's unification bouts. You can't be mad at Errol Spence, but I'm just saying, whether it's a unification bout or he gets mandated, it's going to be a great fight. So if he does get mandated, right, it'll force him to unify probably with Bud Crawford. I think if the Belt Federation, forget about the promoters, forget about the networks, it's time for the Belt Federation to do their job and force the issue. It's either you fight Bud or you get mandated and fight Vergil Ortiz or Boots Ennis. Either way, the fans win. Either way, we win. So, trust me, it's time for the Belt Federation, especially the strictest Belt Federation, to force Errol Spence. Now, during the Teofimo Lopez and Cambosa fight week, I had the pleasure in speaking to the WBO president and WBC ambassador, and they told me that both the WBC and the WBO was trying to work together to get Errol Spence and Bud Crawford to fight, you know? And both of them acknowledged that the fight was not happening because Errol Spence business handlers was looking somewhere else. And then, you know, the Ugas fights was announced. So that's when I knew, you know, when I'm talking to people behind the scenes and things of that nature, that's when I knew that it was more about Errol Spence's side than Bud Crawford's side. But at the end of the day, you know, Bud Crawford wasn't in top rank, and you know, you can't fault too much Errol Spence for having all the welterweight on PBC, you know. So look, it is what it is. That fight ain't gonna happen anyway. So I think it's time for the Belt Federation, the welterweight division, to actually, you know, put the pressure on. And I think this is the only way that we'll probably see this fight if the IBF forces Errol Spence, mandates him with the likes of Boots Ennis or Vergil Ortiz, and then you will really see, or they'll make a decision whether really to fight a unification bout. At the end of the day, we win. Man, let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.